evening, my people. How you all doing? How is everything over there? So today, basically going to talk a lot of things. I was supposed to braid my hair today. But I don't think I'll have that time to braid my hair. So I don't really know what I'm going to talk about today, but I just feel like coming live and talk about a whole lot of things. So, how's my people doing? Hope you all are fine. So today I'll be saying a few things. I'll be saying a few things about life in general. Sometimes there are times where you feel down, you feel left out. Maybe you are going through a challenge and you feel you don't have anybody. You feel there's nobody to encourage you. There's nobody to support you. There's nobody to be there for you. A lot of us are in a lot of experiences and we're down, but I'm just saying this to tell you you are not alone. Even though you don't have anybody to support you, anybody to be there for you, what you should be assured of is that you have God. God will always be with you in whatever situation you are going through. He will always be the one that will be with you when every other person leaves you. When you are left out, when you feel, oh, there's nobody to call, there's nobody to rest on, God will be your shoulders. He has always been there. It's just that a lot of us don't feel Him. We don't feel His presence because we've not allowed Him to be with us. So if you are going through a challenge, or you feel you're alone, or you feel left out, this is the right time for you to draw closer. You should know that you are not alone in whatever journey you are going through. You are not alone. You have God, you have yourself, and if you have a very lovely family, I'm very sure you have your family. So be assured that God will never leave you and is never going to forsake you. God is not like man. So whenever you are down, whenever you're struggling, whenever you feel hopeless, whenever you feel things are just slow, you should have it in mind that there is God. That sometimes we go through some challenges and we want to feel like we're left alone. We want to feel like sometimes you will ask, you want to question God, you want to question yourself, and you ask questions like, is there really God? You ask questions like, do I really am I not alone? But one thing you should know is you are never alone. You've never been alone. Right from when you were born, right from when you were formed, God has always been there for you. And if you should find out all the things God has been doing for you, knowingly, unknowingly, you want to believe that you are never alone. You will believe that you are never ever alone because God doesn't forsake His people. So today is Sunday. Even if you don't want to, take out time to talk to yourself, admonish yourself. Just think about God today. Just take out today to go through your Bible, read scriptures that will be encouraging, scriptures that will lift your spirit, scriptures that will make you feel, not left out. Because there are a lot of us that are going through one challenge or the other, and we don't really know, we don't have anybody to talk to. Yes, most time when I go through challenge, in short, presently I'm going through a lot of challenges, but I know the only person that will understand me, the only person that will know what I'm really going through, the only person that will feel the kind of pains I'm feeling is God. I can explain to someone, I can explain to my family, I can explain to my siblings, I can explain to my pastor, I can explain to anybody, but they won't feel that pain. They won't feel the height of what I'm going through. The only person that understands my plight, the only person that understands my struggle is God. And that's the only person I feel I can talk to when I'm challenged. People ask me, what do you do when you are having problem? I love releasing myself. I don't really like thinking too much because I've put all my hope, I've put all my trust in God. So today, just take our time to, talk about God, feel God, see God. Just do things that will make you like, I don't know how I want to put it, just to rise your spirit, so that if maybe you are the type that is giving up and the devil is, trying to make things difficult for you, or maybe make you feel miserable, make you want to question God, makes you want to leave God, makes you want to, depart from the God's rule, from God's word, from God's ordinance, you will be revived. Your spirit will be revived to do things that are of God. So today is the first Sunday of October, and today is the day for you to, dwell on things that will encourage your spirit, that will lift your spirit. Now, I think we are October, okay, November. We are 2 months away from a new year. We are 2 months away from a new year. This is October, and very soon, the year will come to an end. Have you ever thought about all the things God has been doing for you from January? Let's not even talk about from when you were born. Let's talk about from January to October. There are a lot of things God has done for us. There are a lot of things God has done for us, and we don't even know them. We can't even speak them. We can't even list them because they are so numerous. Take out your time to dwell on those things. Those things God has helped you with. People God have used to connect to you. People God have used to bless you. People God have used to, lift you. Take out your time today and dwell on those things. And just take out a little time to thank God, appreciate God. Because you see, if God is man, I'm not even sure a lot of us will be alive. If God is man and he tells us, oh, I want to sell the breath of life, I'm very sure a lot of us who are poor, we won't be able to afford bread. There are a lot of things many of us who are poor can't afford. There are a lot of things we want to get for ourselves, but we don't have money to buy them. Now imagine how much is oxygen sold in the hospital. If maybe you have someone who is not well and they take them to the hospital to probably sell oxygen for them, ask how much oxygen is sold in the hospital. Ask how much blood is sold in the hospital. And when you think about that, imagine that the breath of life is being sold. Can you afford it? Will you be able to buy a patch of oxygen for throughout the whole time you were born? So take out your time to appreciate God, because God has done excellently well to form you. God have made you so beautiful. God have made you so excellent. God has made you so good. God have made you so special that in everything, if you want to even bring in the things man has done for you, at the end of the day, you want to channel it to God again, because God usually uses people. God uses people to bless you. It's not like, the time of old when there was manna, like manna falls like rain, but now God uses people to bless you. You don't know. You feel like, oh, my friend just dashed me a sum of money. My colleague just supported me with 1 million naira. Those things didn't just come, like, they didn't just help you. God used them to bless you. God gave them that thought, that mind to, want to support you, to come and bless you, to come and help you. So whatever way you are collecting help, be it in your business, be it in your academic, whatever way, you should know that God is always there. God is always there. And whenever you are in trouble, whenever you are down, whenever you are distressed, what you should keep telling yourself every single minute is, God is there. God is there, and God will always be there. God can never and ever forsake his people. Even sinners, even people that sin a lot, God still gives them grace to say, okay, let's wait and see if this person is going to come back to me. Yes, I'm ready to answer a lot of questions. You can ask your questions. I'm here to answer your questions. So God is here to, guide you, to support you, and all that. So you should always put God first. In this current age, there are a lot of us that put money first. We feel like everything can be bought with money, but you should know that there are certain things that cannot be bought with money. There are certain things that you cannot buy with money. Money is important, yes, but don't forget the Bible said the root of all evil is money. When you put in so much love in money and all you think about is money, 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 and you've removed God from your life, you've removed God from that first position, and you've put in money there, you should know that when you start putting money first, you want to do things. You want to do things that will make you have money without thinking about God. You want to go through measures to have money without thinking about God. So put God first. And you see, the Bible said that when you put God first, every other thing, every other blessings will be added. Every other things will be added. And the truth is just that when you serve God, when you are with God, you don't live a simple life. When you are with God, things doesn't always go smooth, because the devil is always looking for a way to tempt you. The devil is always looking for a challenge to put you in. So by the time you are challenged, you want to question God. Just like the way the devil placed in a sickness on Job. Go to the book of Job and read it throughout. How the devil tempted Job by putting him in a very difficult situation. He was so sick. And even his wife was like, why don't you curse God? Curse God. Because the devil was assuming that if he's so sick, if he's neglected by God, if he's tempted, if he's challenged, he's going to curse God or he's going to leave God. So this is somewhere that even Jesus Christ did not live a simple life. Anybody serving God should know that there are always challenges. Things doesn't always go smooth. Things are not always simple. There are always challenges there for you. There are challenges to test you if truly you are for God. And when you feel you are for God and you see those challenges, and when those challenges come, you then decide to leave God. You've not asked the question. I said I was going to answer answer your question, yes, but you've not asked me the question. You can write out your question, then I'll answer them. I'm going to answer your question. Write out your question on the comments, okay? So when the devil, puts you in some kind of challenges, you want to ask, oh, look at my mates, we graduated at the same time, can you please resend it? I did not see the question. Please resend it. I didn't see the question. Resend it, please. So the devil wants to, make you feel left out. And you'll be asking, oh, I graduated with this girl. No. I'm not seeing the question. You can please retype the question so I can see it. I can't see the question at all. I can't see it. So the devil wants to put you in a position to question God, to question yourself. And you'll be asking, since I've been serving God, what are the things, what are the benefits? What are the things I've benefited? You'll be asking such questions. You'll be like, oh, me and my friend, we graduated at the same time. Even that time, I was the one. Who is that? David. Really? You are quite funny, because definitely the devil is using you. You are quite funny. Anyway, I don't have time for you. So like what I was saying, you want to be like, this person, I was even the one helping this person then. I was the one, feeding this person, housing this person, and right now we studied the same course. In short, his condition was even worse than mine, but now it's doing okay, it's doing fine and all that. Then you'll be asking yourself, what are the things I've done wrong? Like, you'll be wondering, is it that I'm not serving God enough? And probably that person does not even go to church, that person does not serve God, nothing. And the next thing you want to do is to ask the person, oh, what did you do to make money? I'll like, show me way, and before you know it, you've already, before you know it, wash some clothes. Before you know it, you've already left God. You've already left him, and you are now alone. You are now with the devil, and life will be so sweet for you, and you'll be doing a lot of bad things, because that money that person is making might not even be hard-working money. It might not even be a good source. And at the end of the day, you want to do something like that, and you've left God automatically. Now you ask, who is God? Now, mostly there are a lot of us. It's not like we don't know God. We just want to assume that we don't know God. We just want to assume that there is no God. Now, one thing I should ask you is, if you assume there is no God, then what you should be asking yourself is, how did you come about? How did all these things come about? Do you think a man just made all these things? Everything you see in the world, everything you see that are even questionable, even scientists will tell you, we don't even know how these things come about. You ask yourself, if there is no God, can these things exist? Can I personally exist? Do you think it's a man that put in all these things like an illusion for you to see? So God is a supreme being. God is a supreme being, and is a creator. He's someone who made you. He made every single thing you see. He's the one up, watching you, guiding you. So before you ask who is God, you should first of all believe there is God. You first of all believe there is God before you ask who is God. Because if you are asking who is God, that means you are trying to say you don't know. You don't know if there is God or not. So firstly, believe that there is a supreme person. There's someone who has placed you on earth. There's someone who has given you authority over animals, over every other things of the earth. Oh, where is he now? God is in heaven. And it's not someone you can just see. But if you are very spiritual, if if you're a very spiritual person, if you are so focused on serving God, God can speak to you. God is not someone you can see, but if you take your spirituality seriously, God is someone that can talk to you. So you need to believe there is God. You need to have that faith. Because if you don't have faith, even the Bible says, faith without work is nonsense. Faith without work is not. You need to have that belief, that proof. That you don't even need to. There's not necessarily means that there must be proof to say there is God. You just need to believe that there is God. If you are looking for healings, you are believing for, you are asking something from God, you need to have that faith. You need to have that belief that yes, this thing exists. If you cannot believe on the existence of something, you can't do it. You can't save it. You can't do it. You can't save it. If you don't have that belief that something exists. Yeah, so something you should know, that if there is God, my dear David, you know, there's something we call ignorance. Do you feel everybody in this world, their life is all about clubbing, sexing, idolatry, fornication, sinning? There are people who take out their time to serve God, because you are in a world full of immorality. Sin does not mean that there are not people who are ready to serve God. That does not mean that there are not people ready to be with God. Okay? I don't need to prove anything to you whether I go to club or not. I don't need to prove anything to you, because you know what? God sees the hearts. A lot of you, especially you Nigerian boys, a lot of you don't believe in God. Some of you just go to church just to go. You don't really sit down. A lot of us just go to church. If they will ask you, okay, what did you learn from today's service? You don't have anything to say. You don't have any single thing to say. You just go to church because you want. Even a sinner you assume that, okay, when I go to church, it's just for me to pay my tithes and give church money, then my sins will be wiped away. Let me tell you, your money will not save you. You can go to your club, go to wherever. On Sunday, you go to church, then donate money. If you like, donate 10 million. Your money will not save you, because God is not after money. He's after your heart. Dictionary meaning of belief. I don't have a dictionary close to me. I would have probably maybe opened it, and I can't navigate from my phone. But on your own spare time, you can go and Google the meaning of belief. Okay? It's just something within you. Belief is something within you. It's not something I can just explain with my mouth, but you can go on your own and study. The Bible says, study to show yourself approved. Yeah? Even when you are in church and people, you know, the pastor explains to you or teach you words, you are left to go home, study, you know, find out if really those things he said are really true and all that. You don't just accept things. You also do your own studying. There are some of us that you have not even opened Bible from January to December. We don't do that. But sometimes even if you don't have a Bible, you can use your phone to study. So belief is just like something inner. Something that comes from the heart. It's not something literal. It's something that comes from the heart. Imagine someone, you know someone. Let me just use a literal explanation. You know me. I know normally. You know I'm a terrible person. You know I'm usually lying. I lie a lot. If I want to tell you something, maybe you ask me something now, and I tell you, just because you've already had that scenario of me lying, you won't want to believe what I say. You won't want to trust what I say. So believing is just like something that comes from your heart. You need to believe that there is God. Yeah, because without believing, without you having that trust in your heart that there's someone who created you, there's someone who put in this function, there's someone who placed you here, then you cannot serve God, because you cannot serve what you don't believe. That's just the truth. I can't serve what I don't believe. I can't believe someone who I know is a liar. So I need to, believe on something. If maybe, for example, you bring in your project and you tell me, oh, I want to start up this business, I want you to fund this business. Before I want to put in my money into that project, I must have a belief. There's something on that paper that will make me want to believe on that. Yes, exactly. It's knowing what is authentic. There's something on that project, there's something on that blueprint that will make me to want to believe that this project will work, and I'll put in my money into that project, and at the end of the day that project is going to go so well. But if it's something I read through the plan of the project and I find that, oh, there's some kind of errors here and there, I won't want to put in my trust, or I won't want to believe on that project. I want to leave it. I won't tell you, oh, I can't invest in this project. So you need to believe on something before you can serve it. You need to believe that something exists before you can serve it. So if you don't believe in the existence of God, then you can't serve God. Because even the Bible says you don't have to see. You don't have to see Him to believe. You just have to have that in your heart, that there is God and there's someone who has placed you here to fulfill your purpose. Every one of us have purpose in this life. What you just need to do is find your purpose. Okay, what's your next question? You can drop your next questions. I'll answer it. So you need to find your purpose. What's the purpose of God creating you? Every individual have their purpose. I know in general we have the purpose of serving God, obeying God's words, and all the rest. But aside that, there is a purpose every man has come to fulfill. So as an individual, you should learn to find your purpose. That's why you see in this world, everything, believing and knowing. Okay. Both are authentic. Firstly, when you believe something, deep down, you know that that thing is true. You have had knowledge that that thing is true. So believing and knowing goes together. They work hand in hand. When you believe something, you will know that that thing is true. So believing and knowing goes hand in hand. They cannot be separated. So both are authentic. You can't remove one from the other one. You can't tell me you believe in God and you don't want to know God. So you need to believe and you also need to know. So both of them works hand in hand. So like what I was saying about purpose, a lot of us have not found our purpose. What is your purpose? You need to find your purpose in life. That's why you see a lot of us, different people have different things that works for them. Everybody is not designed to do the same thing. Everybody is not designed to do the same work. Everybody is not designed to be in the same specialty. I can decide to go into a hair business and it will work so well for me. And the same person might want to try that same business and the business will flop. It won't work for that person. But if that person tries something else, it's going to work so well for that person. That's because that person has found his purpose, found the purpose and tried it and it worked. And sometimes when we start something, it doesn't always work. Can you replace one for another? Exactly. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So a lot of us have not found our purpose. So that's why you see different things cannot cannot work for the same people. It's just like you saying you sell perfumes and you now say everybody must like one perfume. No, everybody have their own preferences. That's the same thing with purpose. Everybody have their own purpose. Everybody cannot have the same purpose. So find your purpose and know what works for you. You can keep trying. You try this and it fails. You try another, it fails. You keep trying until you find your purpose. And by the time you find your purpose, you enhance your purpose. You grow on your purpose. You have authority on your purpose. So there are a lot of things we should try as Christians, not just Christians, as individuals, in trying to find our purpose. Try as much as possible to find your purpose, because if you don't find your purpose, you'll be stuck in one place. You'll be stuck in one place and you feel like nothing is going for you. Nothing is working for you. Nothing at all is working for you. That's because you've not really found what you are supposed to do in life. You've not really found your purpose in life. So that's one thing we should focus on. Focus on your personal growth, your spiritual growth. Everything should be balanced. One should not weigh more than one. Okay, because I know a lot of us who want to say, oh, I want to be so focused on, my spiritual growth. When you are so focused on your spiritual growth and you leave your personal growth, you can see someone that you see a pastor or maybe a Christian sister. She serves God so well, but her personal growth, personally, she does not have a good character, or maybe in her personal growth, she's not hardworking, she's a lazy type, but she serves God. Which is why I say balance your purpose in life. I see a lot of, when I was in school, there are a lot of persons, they don't want to read. Okay. Okay, I'm back to my life. My dear Sunday, if you are on this life, I want you to, check through your dictionary. Now, I told you, believing and knowing, I had a network glitch. Believing and knowing goes hand in hand. You don't need to, criticize the African school. Hello, Idris. Welcome to this live channel. You don't need to criticize the schooling of African programming, whatever. I hope you see this video later, okay? The difference between believing and knowing. I told you they work hand in hand when it comes to belief. When it comes in belief. When you talk about believing, it's you accepting something. You are accepting it based on the fact that you feel it's true. You feel it's true. It's you from your heart. You are having that acceptance that that thing is true. And when it comes to knowing, you are fully sure. You are fully sure that that thing is true. Believing and knowing works hand to hand when it comes to, the faith. When it comes to God, believing and knowing, I told you, works hand in hand. When it comes to belief, it's you accepting something. You are accepting something that is true. And by the time you now know the thing, you are not fully sure. You are not fully sure that the thing is true. Okay? If maybe you are sure that you feel I'm running my mouth because, I don't know what I'm saying, then you should use your phone. You use your phone and check the meaning of believing and knowing. I hope you come back to this life and let's get done with this, okay? You don't need to, when you don't know, you don't even, let me not just start. Stop criticizing African schools.